I saw a few people, even surprisingly, from some people that I didn't think would have given me a comment like that, but said, "Bruce, this is no bird." Of course, it's not a bird, especially not with its density and thickness and at the speed it was going. Now I'm slowing it down, and we're gonna get in close to look at it. There's no flapping wings there, and birds are all throughout the videos, all my videos, and they're tiny little things with flapping wings that go by and fly in offset lines. And when they fly like this across the sky, you could see it's going sideways, okay? It's literally going sideways, and it's got the wings out, and there's no tip to the nose there. There's just a bend of that wing over top, which is the wing of pressure. Let's go see that closer. That'd be one motherfucking big bird if that went by. And birds usually go by the sun when I'm outside in the day, and at that size I would have seen it. And somebody even said they saw a beak on the bird. With all due respect, I see no beak here. Not only is there not a beak on this mysterious supposed bird, which is a UFO, it's definitely a meteor, asteroid, or some debris flying by the sun at high speeds with that dome of pressure at the head. See, wings on the birds that I have here in Canada are in the center of the body. They have a tail and not a pyramid or line like this. And the wings are in the center of the body, and you can see a head, and again, quite rarely a beak. And I didn't even put it in the title that it was a UFO, but I know it's not a bird. And then more people started talking about it. See? See the wings? That's not a bird. That's a craft or debris with a pressure being created at the front of it as it's traveling quickly by the sun or between Earth and the sun. It's always a matter of the temperatures and whatever. That's literally a pyramid traveling, okay, a triangle traveling backwards with very dome-shaped pressure at the bottom, at the front of it as it's going by. You could see there the bent, clipped wings. It's really cool with that tail. So it could literally just be debris. And this, I'm really happy to have shown it because this is the only second time I showed something that looked like a bird. But now, after having shown that to people, I'm sure some of you are still not convinced. Now we're going to look at all the objects I got beside the sun. And no, not all the objects, probably only about 25% of them. I'm going to show you craft-shaped objects, UFO, debris, like you're looking at here, flailing around in space, and objects catching on fire, big meteors and asteroids, heading and hitting the sun. It's all in this video. Thanks for watching. All recently captured, by the way. The oldest thing you'll see in this video is October. You just saw it, the bird-shaped UFO, and that was in October 2021, just at the end of the year. So here we see debris flailing around, which absolutely fascinates me. It has a shape and form. There, we have NASA talking about all the debris that was around Earth and in space, but look at all these things going by. When you see this object that's actually on fire, it's smoking, and there's something going on with it, you know that it's not between Earth and the moon. That's how fast it went by. And I slow down all the objects so we can analyze the shapes and forms of them, which is just quite simply really cool. That's not a bird. It's not an insect, but that's what everybody says, the trolls and stuff, but that's okay. The ones that know for real what's out there, that's why I'm here. I think every channel has trolls. It's even on fire, the object. Oh, by the way, this is a UFO leaving the inside of the moon. If you just arrived to the channel, you can check out my UFO videos. I use a large 14-inch telescope, have a lot of support in the community, and people are trying to help me get this information out. There's less and less people coming by the channel. We have a moon that's not just actively visited. We have beings, aliens or humans, that's right, that are literally going to the moon and leaving the moon. So when the Pentagon says that there's lights here around Earth, they say they don't know if it's an adversarial or foreign country like Russia or China. Can we not relate to what I'm showing? Can we? Is there no correlation? Is there no collaboration with the ideal of me showing lights leaving the inside of the moon, and we have the Pentagon saying we just don't know what those lights are. They're going in and out of oceans. Yeah, in and out of craters too. And by the way, really don't think there are craters on the moon. And trust me, I'm not going to linger on trying to catch birds and pass them off as UFOs when I've showed you hundreds of captures and sightings just in the past 365 days. There's sightings in the sky here. There's sightings on the moon. There's sightings flying across the sun. Did you just see that fly by the sun? Let's slow that down. That's not a bird. Still too fast? What about now? You see the pressure in front of the object as it's traveling because it's traveling fast. Objects in space travel at approximately 54,000 kilometers an hour, these meteors and asteroids. And here is a triangular shape, which was hella fast, a lot faster. Here's another object that I found in Orion in the middle of the evening with an infrared camera. This is infrared camera, and this object has wings also. But is it a bird? No, it's not a bird. These are things, objects that fly by the sun. Some of them are debris, some of them are smaller rocks. They break up. Nothing makes it past the sun unless it's a planet or something very, very large. And they break up. And that's why I'm able to capture objects on fire also on the sun. Look at this object traveling across the sun. You're going to see it's going to turn positions and line itself once it gets to the end of the sun there. It's going to start turning around. It's changing directions. Watch it here as it's going slower. It's harder to see because I'm slowing it down. But watch the tip and the nose that's pointing upwards on an angle will, there you go, get very, very straight. And this is going around the sun, maybe not necessarily going by the sun. There are objects traveling around the sun in the sun's atmosphere and in the corona. People are like, no. Yes. Coronal mass ejections, when they occur, and solar flares, it lifts up a lot of debris and plasma that solidifies and then hovers and floats around the sun. There's some all the time debris around the sun. The big telescopes know that truth. Here's a giant planetoid-sized object, literally a planet-sized object. The sun is very large. This object would be as big as Earth, if not bigger, and it's catching on fire as it's going into the corona or flying by very closely to the sun. These captures, I try to share them because they're real. Those people, posting insects, posting birds and stuff like that is just absolutely ridiculous. But the minute you see something winged, the first thing somebody says is, it's a bird, without doing any analysis or, listen, these things that I'm capturing, okay, just try to make insects do this. Good freaking luck. These are real large objects flying and whizzing by the sun. Well, a bit of everything in this video, folks. This is the sun exactly this afternoon. This morning, actually. You're watching this afternoon. This was the sun at 9:15 a.m. here in Montreal, Quebec. And yes, it's very, very aggressive. I'm worried about those two in the center there reaching each other as these field lines form, these magnetic lines. They cause solar flares. They cause coronal mass ejections. And of course, there's danger, for those who don't know, to the electrical grid here on Earth. The Carrington event back in the 1800s that happened in the UK, look it up, the Carrington event. It killed people, it burnt a whole bunch of devices, and it was something very, very dangerous that occurred with the sun at that time. And now we're leading into the solar maximum 2025, leading up to 2025. It's going to be something we've never seen before. Zoomed out way over 1,000 millimeters here. So if there was a bird that goes by over my house, or even a mile up in the sky over my house between me and the sun, it's either not going to show up at all, or you're going to see a see-through transparent object going by. When we see, like I showed you at the beginning, that bird-like object, that clear in focus, straight without any flapping wings, well, the benefit of the doubt. It can be a bird or not, but I'm just trying to share the real characteristics of these captures. We can tell a lot about a part of the truth by using, common sense, and by studying the characteristics and the traits of these mysterious meteors, UFOs, debris, asteroids. There's so many things going by. So for those who don't know what we're looking at the sun that are showing sunspots. It causes solar flares, it causes coronal mass ejections, but we have many dangerous sunspots. Look at the one on the bottom left, look at the one on the right, and I say bottom left because I turn the sun around now. First time I've changed the angle, and you'll see why. We just see so much different perspectives or angles. I always like turning it around so I could see it differently. So the sun is getting very aggressive. There's many dangers. There are many dangers for coronal mass ejections. I've not seen it this aggressive. It's very hard to size up the sun, and it's not always depending on the size of the sunspots where we can see some extremely strong radiation coming from the sun. It's not good. I can suggest to you all today just not to go out and get suntans and deliberately sit on the beach for 6 hours and get sun into your body. Very, very dangerous for cancer. I think we can touch base on that it could be very dangerous. And stand by. We should be expecting some solar storms and coronal mass ejections in the next maybe even 24 hours. Thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe to this channel. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter 'cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.